Viper! Viper! Go! This fucking... Hey, went clean through. Your heart. Slow your heart. Sold me on an easy pick.
We open the doors, we get you right on. I'll take measure. Makes sense. Paramilitary units. What the fuck? That's a whole lot of gold.
I think there's a chance that they just score.
Little gas?
Fucking shit show. Steel can plus a bayou heat.
Oh, by the way.
What you got? Drop my... Make these tasers work. You're off against that. That Molotov in this tight. You make it?
Don't crack any seconds! Can't take this anymore!
Cut it.
Take it
Anymore?
Just, I need to get to a hospital. Just...
The kid's doing an act. The kid's doing an act.
Are we clear on that? Doubles with a homicide. Checkmate, James. 3 seconds. 1.
Come on!
Cause it's closing. You just gotta open up. He's already more.
No, I like tires.
Open the fucking hell!
And is. They don't die. You going crazy?
We're both gonna die. I can't.
Hey guys, today we're diving into the bullet-riddled, action-packed world of Armor, the 2024 film where Sylvester Stallone proves that even seasoned security guards can have a really, really bad day. We kick things off with Ray Cash, played by Sly himself, who's seen better days, probably somewhere back in the 80s when the bad guys didn't know what a firewall was. He's working as a security guard at an armored truck depot, which, sounds pretty chill until it's not. There's a palpable tension, not just from the mountain of cash they're guarding, but from Cash's strained relationship with his daughter, Sarah, who also works there. It's clear they're not exactly bonding over coffee and donuts. I put a lot of work into these, so if you like what you see, a like and a subscribe is always appreciated. No worries if not. The morning starts like any other at Fort Knox Jr. Armored trucks roll in and out, the air thick with the hum of electronics and the clunk of heavy doors. Cash, ever the vigilant, if a tad cynical watchman, observes everything from his monitor bank, sipping lukewarm coffee. He exchanges terse pleasantries with his colleagues, a mix of greenhorns and grizzled vets, all convinced this is the most secure place on Earth. You can almost hear the plot thickening, can't you? Just as Cash is about to take his lunch break, because bad guys always strike during lunch, a seemingly routine delivery truck approaches. But wait, there's a flicker on the perimeter cameras, a barely audible static over the comms. It's like the universe is giving them a polite little cough before unleashing chaos. Suddenly, all hell breaks loose. The quiet hum is replaced by the deafening roar of an explosion that tears through the main gate like a hot knife through, an armored gate. Debris rains down, concrete dust fills the air, and before anyone can even process what just happened, a squad of heavily armed, masked figures storm through the breach. These aren't your average smash-and-grab guys. These are professionals moving with military precision. The guards, caught completely off guard, scramble for their weapons. It's a baptism by fire, or rather by C4 and automatic gunfire. The metallic clang of assault rifles loading, the panicked shouts of security personnel. It's a symphony of impending doom. Cash, ever the quick thinker, or perhaps just running on pure instinct, immediately hits the internal alarm. Too little, too late perhaps, but a valiant effort nonetheless. Amidst the chaos, Cash, despite his years and the office chair-induced stiffness, moves with a purpose that belies his everyday demeanor. He isn't just a security guard. He's a man who clearly has a specific set of skills, if you catch my drift. He snatches a pump-action shotgun from its rack, the familiar weight reassuring in his hands, and starts barking orders with the authority of a general. His younger, more bewildered colleagues look to him for guidance, their eyes wide with fear as the crackle of gunfire echoes through the concrete halls. He tries to rally them, but it's like trying to herd cats in a thunderstorm. The sheer audacity and force of the attackers are overwhelming, and the guards are dropping faster than my New Year's resolutions. While Cash is channeling his inner John Wick, we cut to Sarah, his estranged daughter, who unfortunately picked this very day to be at work. She's in one of the administrative offices, far from the initial breach, probably filing something incredibly important like expense reports. The sudden boom and the subsequent barrage of gunfire send a wave of terror through her. She instinctively dives under her desk, a flimsy shield against an apocalypse. The muffled screams, the thud of heavy boots, the shattering glass. It's a terrifying symphony of destruction. She fumbles for her phone, desperate to reach her father, but all she gets is static. Just her luck, right? The one day she's not arguing with him. They're both trapped in a high-stakes action movie. As the building transforms into a war zone, we get our first real glimpse of the mastermind behind this meticulously planned invasion. The leader, a figure shrouded in tactical gear and a mask that screams, "I mean business," moves through the carnage with an unnerving calm. They stand over a fallen guard, not with malice, but with a detached professionalism that's far more chilling. Their voice, distorted by a comms device, issues commands with a crisp, unyielding authority, orchestrating the chaos with the precision of a maestro. It's clear this isn't some random opportunistic crew. This is personal, or at the very least, exceptionally well-funded. The sound of their footsteps is almost too quiet against the backdrop of gunfire, a predator stalking its prey. Our man Cash isn't one to go down without a fight. especially not on his home turf. He knows this facility like the back of his calloused hand. Every dusty corner, every rattling vent, every surprisingly sturdy forklift. And he's about to turn that knowledge into a weapon. We see him ingeniously using a forklift, not just to move pallets, but to create a makeshift barricade, a desperate but effective barrier against the advancing goons. The screech of the forklift's tires against the concrete. The metallic groan of heavy machinery being pushed to its limits. All punctuated by the angry whine of bullets ricocheting off the armored plating. He's like a grizzled MacGyver if MacGyver had a shotgun and a permanent scowl. He's not just fighting. He's playing a deadly game of chess, using the very architecture of the building as his pawns. Despite the immediate threat to his own life, Cash's paternal instincts kick in, overriding every other thought. He has to find Sarah. The thought of his estranged daughter caught in this nightmare puts a fire in his belly fiercer than any explosion. He moves through the smoke-filled corridors, the sounds of battle serving as a terrifying soundtrack to his search. He whispers her name, his voice hoarse, a stark contrast to the earlier shouts. Every shadow seems to hold a new threat, every metallic creak a potential ambush. You can feel the weight of his fear, the silent prayer that she's okay, even if they haven't seen eye to eye in years. It's a desperate race against time, with family stakes higher than any vault full of cash. Against all odds, Cash finally spots Sarah, cowering under a desk, her face pale with terror. It's a moment of immense relief, instantly shattered by the angry crack of automatic gunfire as the assailants close in. He doesn't hesitate, pulling her roughly from her hiding spot, just as a hail of bullets tears into the wall where she was moments before. The dusty plaster explodes, showering them both in debris. The metallic tang of fear and gunpowder fills the air. There's no time for a heartfelt reunion, no time for apologies or explanations. It's pure visceral survival. Their past differences are momentarily forgotten, replaced by the primal need to protect and be protected. The roar of the guns drowns out any chance of a tender moment. Their bond, however fractured, is tested in the crucible of combat. While Cash and Sarah are playing dodgeball with bullets, the lead assailant and their tech expert finally reach the main vault. It's a behemoth of steel and reinforced concrete, designed to withstand a small apocalypse. But apparently, it didn't account for this level of technological wizardry. The leader, their masked face conveying a chilling confidence, watches as their team sets up an array of gadgets, glowing lights, and whirring devices. The subtle hum of the vault's massive locking mechanism is now tinged with the ominous whine of tools designed to defeat it. It's a testament to their planning that they're not just blowing it up. They're meticulously cracking it, probably to avoid damaging the goodies inside. The metallic groan of the locking pins, the whir of advanced drills. It's less a heist and more a precision surgical extraction of wealth. Knowing they can't fight their way out through the main corridors, Cash leads Sarah into the bowels of the building, the glorious, dusty, and incredibly cramped ventilation system. It's a scene straight out of an 80s action movie, but with slightly more modern dust mites. The metallic scraping of their bodies against the ducts, the claustrophobic darkness, and the constant, unnerving echo of distant gunfire and shouting. Every creak and groan of the metal sends a shiver down their spines, making it sound like the entire building is either breathing or about to collapse. Sarah, initially terrified, follows her father's gruff instructions, a fragile trust forming between them as they navigate the labyrinthine passages. It's not exactly a comfortable bonding experience, but hey, shared trauma makes for great family memories, right? Back at the vault, the massive steel door finally groans open with a dramatic, drawn-out sigh, revealing not just stacks of cash, but something far more intriguing. The lead assailant steps in, followed by their tech crew, and instead of grabbing bags of money, they head straight for a concealed compartment. From it, they retrieve a small, pulsating device that hums with an ominous glow. It's clear this isn't just about the Benjamins. There's a deeper, more sophisticated motive at play. The leader holds it up, a silent smirk undoubtedly hidden beneath their mask, a chilling sense of accomplishment radiating from them. The metallic hum of the device is almost a triumphant song, signaling a new, more dangerous phase of their plan. Suddenly, a simple heist movie just got a whole lot more covert ops, and global conspiracy. After witnessing the true target of the heist, that glowing, mysterious MacGuffin, Cash knows running isn't an option anymore. This isn't just about protecting his job. It's about stopping something potentially catastrophic. He finds a secluded maintenance room, a treasure trove of forgotten tools and sharp objects. The metallic rasp of a file against a piece of rebar, shaping it into a crude but effective weapon, echoes in the small space. He rigs tripwires, sets up choke points, and methodically plans his counterattack, his face a mask of grim determination. He's no longer just a security guard. He's a grizzled warrior preparing for his last stand, a human force field against well-equipped villains. Sarah, watching him, sees a different side of her father, a competence she never knew he possessed, even if his methods are, well, a little less by the book, and a lot more improvised mayhem. With his plan in place, Cash becomes a phantom in his own fortress. He bursts from a hidden service door, the roar of his shotgun deafening in the enclosed space, catching two unsuspecting assailants completely off guard. The impact of the blast, the sickening crunch of body armor, the startled cries of the attackers, it's brutal and efficient. He moves with a surprising agility for his age, using the shadows and blind corners to his advantage, turning the facility's labyrinthine corridors into his personal hunting ground. The quick succession of punches, the metallic thud of a falling rifle, the sudden sharp crack of bones. He's not just defending, he's taking the fight directly to them. Sarah, hidden nearby, watches with a mix of terror and awe, seeing her dad transform into a formidable, albeit slightly grumpy one-man army. Turns out, the apple doesn't fall far from the resourceful tree. Sarah, having watched her dad go full Rambo, decides she's not just going to be a spectator. Spotting an opportunity, she quietly slips away, navigating the less trafficked service areas. She finds a control panel, probably for the sprinkler system, because why not? With a decisive flick of a switch, the piercing shriek of the fire alarm fills the air, followed by the sudden gush of water as the sprinklers activate. It's not just a distraction, it's a soaking, chaotic mess that throws the assailants into disarray. The sloshing of water underfoot, the curses of the wet bad guys, the sudden scramble to protect their electronics. It's a stroke of genius, and a moment where Sarah truly steps into her own as a capable survivor. Take that, evil henchman. After a relentless cat-and-mouse game, Cash finally corners the masked leader in the now looted vault. The air crackles with tension, the metallic echo of their footsteps, the only sound. Both are armed, both are exhausted, but their eyes, or what we can see of them, burn with an unyielding resolve. The leader, perhaps sensing the end game, slowly reaches up and with a dramatic flourish removes their mask. And, as always in these movies, it's someone unexpectedly familiar, or at least someone with a very good reason for being this ridiculously evil. There's a brief, charged exchange of words, a hint at betrayal or a long festering grudge. The metallic click of their respective weapons being primed for the final confrontation is almost a punctuation mark to their heated dialogue. It's less a conversation and more a verbal sparring match before the inevitable bone-crunching main event. And then, it begins. No more talking, no more monologuing about past grievances, just pure, unadulterated old-school action. Cash and the leader lunge at each other, a primal clash of wills. The metallic clang of their weapons, the meaty thud of fists against flesh, the strained grunts of exertion. It's a symphony of violence. Cash, relying on his raw strength and street brawler instincts, goes toe-to-toe with the leader's more refined, perhaps military-honed combat style. The sounds of their struggle echo through the vast, empty vault, each blow carrying the weight of their personal vendetta and the fate of whatever mysterious device the leader just stole. It's not pretty, it's not graceful, but it's effective, just like Cash himself. You can almost feel the impact of every punch, the burning in their muscles as they push each other to their limits. Just when it looks like Cash might be faltering, pushed to his physical limits by a younger, perhaps more agile opponent, Sarah steps up. Seeing her father in peril, a new surge of courage courses through her. She spots a conveniently placed fire extinguisher, because safety first, even during a deadly heist. With a desperate heave, she sprays a cloud of white, choking foam directly into the leader's masked, or now unmasked, face. The sudden hiss of the extinguisher, the muffled shout of surprise, the momentary blindness. It's the exact distraction Cash needs. It's a brilliant improvised move, turning a common safety device into a weapon, showcasing Sarah's growing resourcefulness and proving she's more than capable of holding her own in this chaotic mess. Teamwork makes the dream work, even if the dream involves dodging bullets and spraying foam. Seizing the moment of confusion created by Sarah's foam attack, Cash unleashes a flurry of his signature no-nonsense punches. Each blow lands with a satisfying, visceral thud, rattling the leader to their core. There's a raw power in Cash's movements, a lifetime of experience compressed into a few brutal seconds. He drives them back, using the momentum of his body to deliver a final, thunderous strike that sends the leader sprawling against the solid steel of the vault wall with a bone-jarring impact. The metallic echo of their body hitting the wall, followed by a heavy, defeated slump, signifies the end of the primary threat. It's a definitive, satisfying takedown, proving that sometimes old-school grit beats fancy gadgets and intricate planning, victory secured, at least for now. Cash, ever practical, doesn't waste a second. He moves to the unconscious leader and retrieves the glowing, pulsating device, the true prize of this chaotic endeavor. He holds it carefully, the strange light illuminating his grizzled face, a testament to its unknown power and significance. It's a small, unassuming object, but its mere presence caused this entire ordeal. The subtle hum it emits, the intricate design. It's clear this isn't just a fancy paperweight. He quickly secures it, tucking it away, knowing that its safety is paramount. The metallic click of a makeshift lock or a secure pocket closure seals its immediate fate. But its true purpose still lingers in the air, a silent question mark. The sounds of distant sirens slowly grow louder, cutting through the eerie silence that has fallen over the battle-scarred facility. Soon, the exterior is a kaleidoscope of flashing red and blue lights as police, SWAT teams, and paramedics swarm the scene. The main gate is a mangled mess, smoke still curling from various points, a grim monument to the morning's violence. Cash and Sarah, looking disheveled, bruised, and utterly exhausted, emerge from the wreckage. The metallic clanging of police gear, the shouted commands of officers, the urgent whispers of paramedics. It's a jarring return to normalcy, or at least what passes for it after a day like this. They're alive, but the emotional and physical toll is etched deeply on their faces, a testament to the sheer terror they've endured. You can almost hear the paperwork siren wailing in the distance. In the chaotic aftermath, amidst the flashing lights and the hubbub of emergency personnel, Cash and Sarah finally get a moment to just be. They sit side by side in the back of an ambulance getting patched up, the adrenaline slowly draining away, leaving behind a profound exhaustion. There's no need for words, no lengthy apologies or dramatic declarations. A quiet, knowing glance passes between them, a silent acknowledgement of their shared trauma and the unspoken bond forged in fire. Sarah reaches out, her hand finding her father's, and they interlace their fingers. It's a small gesture, but it speaks volumes, signaling the start of a long overdue reconciliation. The metallic clink of a gurney rolling by, the distant chatter, all fades into the background as their fractured relationship begins to mend, one gentle touch at a time. Sometimes it takes a literal explosion to fix family dynamics. Apparently, the stolen device, now safely retrieved by authorities, quickly attracts the attention of some very important, very grim-faced people in dark suits. We see it laid out on a sterile table, its mysterious glow still pulsing, as a government agent examines it with an unnerving intensity. The hushed whispers, the furrowed brows, the worried glances exchanged between the officials, it all points to a conspiracy far bigger than just a simple vault heist. The metallic click of lab equipment, the quiet whir of analysis machines. They're trying to decipher its purpose, and it's clear they don't like what they're finding. It's the kind of tech that could either save the world or make it go poof, and judging by their expressions, poof is definitely on the table. Cash and Sarah just stumbled into a whole new level of trouble. Even after the dust settles, the ripples of the heist continue to spread. We cut to a dimly lit, smoky bar, the kind where secrets are traded like stale peanuts. A shadowy figure, clearly on edge, slides a thick envelope across a scarred wooden table to another individual, their faces obscured by the gloom. This isn't your usual, "Hey, what's up?" exchange. This is information that could get people killed. The clinking of glasses, the murmur of distant conversations, the almost imperceptible rustle of the envelope, every sound is amplified by the tension. It's an informant, perhaps a disgruntled associate of our defeated antagonist, spilling the beans on the deeper implications of the device. It paints a picture of a larger, more insidious organization pulling the strings, proving that even with the bad guys down, the real threat might just be lurking in the shadows. Despite his heroics, Cash just wants to go home, nurse his bruises, and maybe finally have that peaceful coffee. But the government, it turns out, has other plans for our reluctant hero. He's called into a sterile, windowless room where a suited agent lays out a file filled with unsettling information. Cash, initially weary and dismissive, wanting nothing more to do with explosions and glowing devices, listens with growing alarm. The metallic click of a pen, the soft rustle of papers, the quiet intensity of the agent's voice, it all builds a picture he can't ignore. He's uniquely positioned, they argue, his knowledge of the facility, his survival instincts, his general Stallone-ness. The gravity of the situation slowly sinks in, and with a heavy sigh, Cash realizes his retirement plans will have to wait. There's a bigger fish to fry, and apparently he's the only one with the right bait. Reluctantly, Cash agrees to help. And because this is an action movie, Sarah, having proven her mettle, isn't left on the sidelines. They're brought into a high-tech briefing room where a holographic map of a new, equally menacing location materializes before them. It's a facility somewhere else, likely the source of the mysterious device or the base of operations for the shadowy organization. The government agent lays out the plan. A complex infiltration mission with high stakes. The hum of the holographic projector, the precise military speak of the briefing, the intense gazes of Cash and Sarah, they're no longer just victims, but active players. The metallic click of a presentation remote marks the shift from defense to offense. They're going in, and this time, they're ready for whatever chaos the villains decide to throw their way. Our dynamic duo, now reluctantly government assets, find themselves dropped into a remote, humid jungle under the cloak of night. Talk about a career change. 1 minute you're guarding money, the next you're doing jungle ops. The rustle of unseen creatures in the dense foliage, the incessant buzz of insects, the thick, cloying humidity. It's a sensory overload that screams danger. Cash, ever the seasoned survivor, moves with a silent efficiency, his heavy boots making barely a whisper on the forest floor. Sarah, though less experienced, follows his lead, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and newfound courage. The distant chirping of crickets is periodically punctuated by the crackle of their comms, a stark reminder that they're deep behind enemy lines. This isn't a stroll in the park. It's a deep dive into the heart of darkness, where every shadow could hide a threat. After a tense trek through the jungle, they reach the perimeter of the secondary facility, a high-tech fortress nestled in the wilderness. It's bristling with security, proving these villains really like their privacy. Cash, ever the pragmatic one, uses a suppressed weapon to silently take out an exterior camera, the soft thud of the bullet echoing unnervingly. Sarah, with her newfound tech skills, quickly bypasses a laser grid with a series of deft keystrokes, the subtle hum of the deactivated lasers disappearing into the night. It's a ballet of stealth and precision, their movements coordinated, a silent understanding passing between them. The metallic click of a silenced weapon, the soft whir of a keypad, the muffled footsteps on stone. They are ghosts in the machine, infiltrating the enemy's lair with an almost surgical grace, proving that sometimes quiet is more deadly than loud. Deep within the facility, amidst blinking server racks and humming machinery, Cash and Sarah stumble upon the true horrifying scope of the villain's plans. They access a series of screens displaying complex schematics and global maps, all centered around that infernal glowing device. It's not just a weapon, it's a tool for, well, let's just say global rearrangement. The chilling realization dawns on them. This isn't just about money or revenge. It's about control on a terrifying scale. The quiet whir of the computers, the ominous glow of the screens, the cold, hard data scrolling by. It paints a picture of imminent catastrophe. Their faces, illuminated by the harsh light, register a mix of shock and desperate urgency. This just went from a personal struggle to a save-the-world situation. No biggie. Just as they grasp the enormity of the threat, a new, even more sinister figure steps out of the shadows. This isn't the masked goon from before. This is the puppet master, the one pulling all the strings, probably sipping something fancy while plotting global domination. They're impeccably dressed, terrifyingly calm, and utterly ruthless. The metallic hiss of an automated door, the soft, unnerving chuckle, the measured, chilling tone of their voice as they reveal their grandiose, world-altering plans. It's the kind of villain who makes you want to spontaneously combust. They explain their twisted motivations, outlining the final steps of their master plan, probably with a PowerPoint presentation and some very enthusiastic hand gestures. Cash and Sarah realize they're not just fighting a criminal, they're up against a force of nature, or at least a very well-funded sociopath. With a chilling smirk, the true mastermind initiates the device's activation sequence. The ominous, glowing object, now docked in a massive, elaborate console, begins to pulse with furious energy. Electric arcs crackle around it, the air thick with a static charge, and a low, resonant hum builds into a deafening roar. It's like the universe is clearing its throat before something truly catastrophic happens. The metallic groaning of the facility itself, the trembling of the ground, the frantic blinking of warning lights, everything screams imminent destruction. It's a terrifying display of raw power, a clear and present danger that leaves no doubt about the villain's intentions. Cash and Sarah have mere moments to stop a world-ending event, and judging by the escalating hum, those moments are quickly running out. As the device powers up, Sarah, with a burst of adrenaline-fueled brilliance, springs into action. She dives to the nearest console, her fingers flying across the keyboard, a furious symphony of clicks and clacks. She's not just a secretary anymore. She's a full-blown cyber warrior. Lines of complex code scroll rapidly across the screen, a race against the countdown. The metallic whir of the cooling fans in the console, the desperate grunts as she bypasses firewalls, every sound emphasizes the urgency. She's trying to disrupt the device, to throw a wrench in the mastermind's meticulously crafted doomsday machine. Cash stands guard, engaging any incoming henchman, providing cover for his daughter's desperate digital gambit. It's a nail-biting binary battle for the fate of everything. To give Sarah the precious seconds she needs, Cash becomes a master of distraction. He's like a grumpy, well-armed magician. He lobs a flashbang grenade into a group of approaching guards, the blinding explosion and deafening concussion sending them reeling. The metallic clatter of their dropped weapons, the pained shouts of disorientation, it's pure, glorious chaos. He then uses the resulting smoke and confusion to pick off stragglers, drawing their attention like a magnet. The constant rattle of gunfire, the heavy thud of bodies falling, the sharp smell of gunpowder and smoke, it's a symphony of calculated mayhem, all designed to buy his daughter time. He's a human shield, a one-man wrecking crew, all for the sake of letting Sarah work her tech magic. Realizing Sarah is actually making progress and their nefarious scheme is unraveling, the mastermind decides to get their own hands dirty. Forget the henchmen. They're going straight for the source of the problem, Cash. They produce a sleek, high-tech weapon, probably something laser-based, because why not? And unleash a barrage of attacks. The sharp, sizzling sound of energy bolts, the frantic dodges and weaves from Cash, the heavy metallic clang as he uses whatever he can find for cover. It's a desperate dance of death. The mastermind is faster, perhaps stronger, definitely angrier. Cash is pushed to his absolute limits, fighting for his life, for Sarah's life, and for, the entire planet. It's the ultimate boss battle, with the fate of humanity literally hanging in the balance. Just as Cash seems on the verge of being overwhelmed, a triumphant shout rings out. Sarah, her face streaked with sweat and grime, slams her hand down on the console. A final, decisive keystroke. And just like that, the chaotic energy surges emanating from the glowing device abruptly cease. The deafening hum dies down, the crackling energy arcs vanish, and the ominous light fades into nothingness. The facility, which moments ago was rumbling with apocalyptic power, is now eerily silent, save for the distant sounds of lingering gunfire from Cash's fight. The sudden quiet is almost jarring, a profound relief washing over them. It's a hard-won victory, a testament to Sarah's intelligence and her ability to perform under unimaginable pressure, saving the day with a few well-placed lines of code. With the glowing doomsday device silenced, Cash, despite his injuries, finds a renewed surge of energy. He sees an opportunity, using the now inert system that powered the device as a strategic advantage. He cleverly lures the enraged mastermind towards one of the device's deactivated energy conduits. With a swift move, he triggers a mechanism, perhaps an emergency lockdown, trapping the mastermind in a field of their own making. The metallic clang of the containment field, the frustrated roars of the trapped villain, the sudden shift from hunter to hunted. It's a poetic end to their reign of terror. Cash, always one step ahead, uses their own hubris against them, bringing a decisive and satisfying end to the global threat. Sometimes the best weapon is the one they didn't see coming. As the first rays of dawn pierce through the jungle canopy, a rescue helicopter descends upon the damaged facility. Cash and Sarah, exhausted but triumphant, are airlifted away, leaving behind the wreckage of the villain's ambition. The rhythmic thumping of the helicopter blades, the wind whipping through their hair, the sight of the facility shrinking below them. It's a powerful symbol of their survival and the world's safety. They're battered, bruised, and probably in need of a very long nap, but they've done it. The metallic hum of the chopper engine is a welcome change from the earlier explosions. It's not just an extraction, it's a moment of reflection, a quiet understanding that they've faced unimaginable odds and emerged victorious together. Weeks later, the dust has truly settled. We see Cash and Sarah not in a battle-scarred facility, but in a peaceful park, bathed in warm sunlight. The metallic clang of their previous life is replaced by the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant laughter of children. They're walking side by side, no longer estranged, but a genuine father-daughter duo. There's a lightness in their step, a warmth in their shared glance. A genuine smile crosses Cash's gruff face, a rare sight, and Sarah returns it, her eyes sparkling with affection. The quiet conversation, the comfortable silence, the easy companionship. It's clear their relationship, forged in the crucible of chaos, has emerged stronger and more loving than ever before. It's a beautiful, understated ending to a truly explosive adventure. And there you have it, the full recap of Armor, a film that reminds us even a gruff security guard can be a hero, and that family bonds, however fractured, can be mended through shared adversity and a lot of explosions. What truly resonates is the journey of reconciliation between Cash and Sarah, proving that even when the world is falling apart, human connection is the strongest armor we possess. It's a testament to resilience, the enduring spirit of self-sacrifice, and the surprising ways in which ordinary people can rise to extraordinary challenges. A powerful narrative wrapped in an action-packed spectacle, leaving us with a sense of hope and perhaps a renewed appreciation for the security guards in our lives. What a ride!